We're going to go ahead and go with let's see here, proclamation, our first proclamation, the National Public Telecommunications Week, April 12th through the 18th, 2020. Sonia.
National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, April 12th through the 18th, 2020. Whereas emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services. And whereas when an emergency occurs, the prompt response of police officers, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. And whereas the safety of our police officers and firefighters is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who telephone the City of San Luis Police Department Communications Center. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are the first and most critical contact our citizens have with emergency services. And whereas public safety telecommunicators are the single vital link for our police officers and firefighters by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information, and ensuring their safety. And whereas public safety telecommunicators of the City of San Luis Police Department have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. And whereas each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year. Therefore, be it resolved that Gerardo Sanchez, Mayor of the City of San Luis, Arizona, does hereby proclaim the week of April 12th through the 18th, 2020, to be National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in San Luis, Arizona, in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep our city and citizens safe. Passed and adopted this 22nd day of April, 2020.
Thank you, Sonia. And I just want to make a few comments on, we're really proud of our public safety telecommunicators. If you're listening to this, dispatchers, I really want to, in behalf of the city, in behalf of council and my office, we thank you for the great service you provide when we're most at need, when we're most stressed and overwhelmed with emotion, when someone gets hurt or when someone needs help. You are the voice that calms us. You are the voice that basically tells us what to do. We expect we expect guidance from professionals like you, and it takes something. Not everyone can be a dispatcher. You really can't. It's a trade, and I just want to tell you that I don't think we thank you enough for the work you do. Like it says that you provide safety to our police officers. Information is safety, and you provide us what we need when there's an emergency. So I appreciate everything you do every day, and we're so proud of you. Thank you for the service you provide our community. Thank you for being who you are, and God bless you. Thank you. We're going to go with the consent agenda. All matters are considered routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Minutes of special council meeting held March 20, 2020. Disbursements from March 28th, 2020 through April 10th, 2020. Total disbursements $738,991.58. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, this is Gloria. I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There is a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and go with the first item, item number 6A, discussion and possible action on any all matters regarding the approval contract with Nicholas Engineering for the implementation design of a traffic signal at the intersection of County 22nd Street and 4th Avenue. Eulogio Vera.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of council, and staff. So I'll bring this contract here to you tonight mainly trying to get it approved and get going on the design this fiscal year. We have a large project that didn't move forward as expected, which was the 4th Avenue and Cesar Chavez intersection project. And we plan on using some of those funds to pay for the design this fiscal year. But the principle here is if we could get the design for this intersection completed this fiscal year, we can easier move into construction the following fiscal year. This project was started back in 2017. We constructed the turn lanes, which are very functional off-peak hours. But then during peak hours, it is an intersection that needs a certain traffic signal. Visibility is an issue. It's a safety concern. So in our budget for fiscal year 21, we have it as high priority for construction. So once again, this is just for the design of the actual signal. We don't think we're going to have any roadway widening or additional lanes as part of this project. It'll be just doing the traffic signal, the pedestrian push buttons, and restriping if needed. So that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if there's any questions.
I have no questions. It's pretty self-explanatory, and it's something that needs to be done. And I thank you for your work. And no, I have no problem. I'm going to open the floor to individual council members if you have any questions or concerns. Councilmember Gloria Torres, do you have any concerns or questions?
No, Mayor, no question.
Thank you. Councilmember Jose Ponce, any questions or concerns?
Nadie?
Okay. Councilmember Mario Buchanan, any questions or concerns?
No, Mayor, no questions. Thank you.
Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco, any questions or concerns?
No, sir, no questions.
Thank you. Vice Mayor, any questions or concerns?
Just a comment, Mayor, that we're just so glad this is gonna make a big difference in that intersection there. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Councilmember. Vice Mayor, I'm sorry. Councilmember Matias Rosales.
No comments. Excited to see it come through.
Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you. If there's any more questions or concerns, I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, this is Maria. I would move to approve the contract for Nicholas Engineering for the implementation design of traffic signal at the intersection of County 22nd Street and 4th Ave in the amount not to exceed $25,795 as presented.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. We're gonna go ahead and go with item 6B, discussion and possible action on any and all matters regarding resolution 214, a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, authorizing, directing, and entering into an amendment number 2 to existing 2015 intergovernment agreement and amended by the 2017 amendment number 1 between the city of San Luis and Yuma County for road maintenance. I guess, who's going to present this? Is it James? Are you going to present it, or Eulogio?
No, it'll be Eulogio. James is out on bereavement leave this week.
Oh, okay.
So once again, so this item mainly is amending an existing IGA with Yuma County for roadway maintenance. We set it in place in 2015, I think it was, mainly to do chip seal with Yuma County, and then in 2017 we amended it because we wanted to do some additional chip seal, but actually through them with their contractors. So we incremented the amount to I think it was $250,000. This amendment that we're covering here tonight, it's an amendment to do traffic signal maintenance. And the funds will be coming out of the operational budget. It's really not a CIP because we can go several years without needing anything more than $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for bulbs, relays, and stuff like that. But, we did increase it to 50,000 because we could have that one year that we have maybe a couple cabinets that go out, each of them, $15,000 to $18,000. So we want to make sure we had enough in there to cover those years. But really what it is Yuma County is helping the city of San Luis with the traffic signal maintenance. Here in the city, we don't have anybody certified. And since I've been here, we've used a consultant to do the maintenance. But, thanks to the good relationship and Yuma County offering, of helping us with the maintenance, we took their word, and this would be part of that. They do the monthly inspections on different signals, and they have bulbs, they have relays that they can install, and they just bill us on a quarterly basis. This amendment would establish that assistance and would have funding in place to cover any of those expenses up to $15,000 on traffic signal maintenance per year. Any questions?
That's self-explanatory. Thank you, Eulogio. I'm going to open the floor for any questions. Councilmember Torres, any questions or concerns?
No, Mayor, no questions.
Thank you. Councilmember Ponce, any questions or concerns?
No, sir.
Very good. Let's see here. Councilmember Buchanan, any questions or concerns?
No, Mayor, no questions.
Thank you. Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco, questions or concerns?
No, sir.
Vice Mayor Maria Cecilia Cruz, questions or concerns?
No questions or concerns, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Matias, questions or concerns?
No, sir.
Thank you. I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve and adopt resolutions number 2124.
Second.
There is a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? Motion carries. Thank you. We're going to go ahead with our last item, on item number 6C, discussion and possible action in all matters regarding a resolution number 2126, a resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of San Luis, Arizona, relinquishing the remaining property known as Friendship Park, 5.22 acres to the U.S. General Service Administration for incorporation into the San Luis Port of Entry number 1. Kay?
Yes, this is the what we've been anticipating for several years.
Yes.
The last step, can you hear me all right?
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. The last step was for BLM, who gave us the patent, and GSA, who's building the port improvements, had to talk among themselves, and late last week they said go forward with no changes to the resolution, other than yesterday they told me to change it to BLM rather than GSA, and I neglected to change the wording of the item, but it's relinquishing back to BLM. And so hopefully this is one of the first steps of getting going with the port improvements. Anthony Kleppe asked whether they needed to take precautions for the COVID virus. So I said that they should. And so it sounds like they're coming down here physically and getting ready to start.
No, that's thank you, Kay. Without this, the I would say 35% of the new port remodification would be possible, and so I know we're still looking for an alternative to the Friendship Park. It has been an icon to the city, a place of gather for many years in the past, and it's something that it hurts us to lose part of what San Luis was at that time, but it's something that brings a progress, something that welcomes progress, much needed progress, because that small little entrance is just giving us troubles. I mean, 7 months, 8 months out of the year. And so I think without this step, the whole port of entry the remodification of it would be very difficult to occur. So thank you. I'm going to go ahead and open the floor to any comments or concerns. Okay, Councilmember Gloria Torres, any comments, concerns?
No, Mayor, no comment.
Thank you. Councilmember Jose Ponce, any comments or questions or concerns?
No, sir.
Thank you. Councilmember Buchanan, Maria Buchanan, any comment, questions or concerns?
No, Mayor. Thank you. No comments.
Thank you. Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco, any comment, questions or concerns?
No, Mayor, just to state that I agree 100% with your comment that you made, that it's a sad moment in our history, but it's something that has to be done, and I understand that it's for the betterment of our community.
Thank you, Councilman Carrasco. Thank you. Vice Mayor Maria Cecilia Cruz, any comments, questions, or concerns?
Yes, Mayor, I'm just excited because all the hard work that's been done, meeting and with all the meetings, we're finally getting a step closer to seeing the start of the remodeling of and expansion of Port of Entry 1. So this is just a step closer to getting that accomplished.
I concur. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Councilmember Matias Rosales, questions or concerns?
No, sir, no questions. Excited to get this forward.
Good. Thank you. Appreciate it. If there is some more comments, questions, or concerns, I will now entertain a motion.
Mayor, I move to approve resolution number 2126.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Well, that was good, guys. We're going to go summary of current events. Just on a quick note, I've been asked by multiple people and asked by some doctors from across the border that if we can provide any assistance, any whatsoever, in regards to PPEs, which is your private or your personal protection equipment required to tackle the COVID virus. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware that they closed the main hospital, the El Hospital General, for cleansing, I guess, for 72 hours. It appears close to 30 or something like that. Medical providers, doctors, and nurses got exposed, and then they're actually positive for the COVID virus. And I believe there's at least probably 20 in observation. So that's close to 50 individuals, and that's a large percentage of their staff that are either been exposed or actually have the COVID-19. So, and the thing is, PPEs, which is very important. That's what the nurses and doctors wear to make sure that they don't get infected. And so they're lacking. They're hard to find. Right now, there's a shortage here in the United States. So we've been doing our part to try to find, make sure that we have adequate supply. We've been fortunate enough that we have been able to guarantee PPEs for our fire and police. And so we are working on increasing the isolation gowns for the hospital. This is something that the city has been doing. And so it's something that they're asking for. There is very minimal. And so they probably, within a day or two, I'm probably going to have an emergency meeting or I'm going to call in an emergency meeting. One of the questions I asked Tadeo last night, it was pretty late. It was almost 1 o'clock when I called them. But that's when I was receiving the phone calls and through messengers and everything that they were asking for anything, any type of assistance. And so over the past 2 weeks, I've been able to make contacts with a provider in actually San Luis Rio Colorado, who's providing our gowns, actually sewing the gowns, the isolation gowns for our hospital. she has access to face masks and she has access to the isolation gowns that they need. So I'm going to look into possibly the city donating or finding a way in which we can provide. We can only provide so much because we're restricted by our budget also. But I think we could surely help our neighbors across the border. The concept, the reason why I'm saying that is because if the doctors and nurses are not prepared or they don't have the basic equipment to take care of people with COVID-19, what's going to happen, there's going to be a mass exodus or influx of people who are positive for COVID, who are citizens of the U.S., and for those people who have permanent residency, we can't close the border for that. So they will go. Let us remind you that there's only one hospital with limited amount of ventilators for the whole Yuma County. Now imagine an influx of maybe 11 to 20 or plus thousand people, because I mean, I would say more than 35, 45 people live actually in Mexico that have legal rights to live in the U.S. So there is a possibility that there might be that wave coming to the U.S., especially to our hospital. And so if you're a citizen, we can't say no. And so not only are the hospital going to be overwhelmed, but our fire and police. That's why I've asked, fire and police have been wearing our fire have been wearing their PPEs, basically, and I told everyone to treat everyone as if they were positive, because we don't know who's not and who's positive. So, and they have transferred positive patients to the hospital. So they are being exposed to patients who have been positive, who are positive. And so I think it's something that as a preventive measure and also as a gesture of good faith and good neighbors. So I will be giving all this information to you guys. Okay, so before anything does occur, but it's something that will help us in the long run. If we can guarantee that the health providers, the first responders in Mexico have at least the basic necessities, I think they have a chance of actually making a big difference. But they need to be healthy. They need to be safe first before anything else can happen. What's happening in Mexicali, what's happening in Tijuana, I monitor that, and the numbers are going up. And San Luis Rio Colorado has a potential of it occurring there also, especially when they had to close their biggest hospital. We are keeping an eye on what's happening on an hourly basis. We're always looking at what's going on. And just today, I had a meeting with Mayor from Yuma and Diana from the health department, and also some people from the Homeland Security. That's why I was late. It was an hour long, and we basically told them the situation, what's going on. This is where San Luis is. This is where Yuma, the city of Yuma is, and this is where San Luis Colorado is. And so my request has been, not only to the governor, but also to Department of Homeland Security, is a contingency plan in which we can actually have something ready, set up for the influx of citizens with COVID-19. Because we cannot say it's not going to happen. We cannot say that it's already here. It's already in our community, and it's already in Mexico. And in San Luis Colorado, it's in Yuma. It is here. It's a pandemic. It's worldwide. So we're not going to point fingers, and people are going to get exposed, and people are going to get sick, and some people are going to need more treatment than regular people. The vast majority will not, but some people will need ventilators. Some people will need to go to the hospital. So let's plan. I would rather plan now. I would rather make an investment in prevention and protection than wait and try to react after the fact. So we've been very fortunate. We've been very proactive. The city has been very proactive. And I don't know if you noticed, but today we had a spike. We had 10 new patients added to our number in Yuma County. And so that's a big spike. But still, compared to communities our size, and we're in our demographics and where we're at, we're actually doing very good, very good. And so we've been very fortunate because we've been very proactive. And so we need to continue being proactive. We still need to, if we see something coming in the future, it's better to plan now than react to it later. So you will be getting more information from that pretty soon. Okay, I wanted to let you know. Let's see here. That's all I have right now. So I'll open the floors to council members. Councilmember Torres, any concerns, questions?
No, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Torres. Councilmember Jose Ponce, any questions or concerns?
Not in this time, sir.
Thank you. Councilmember Buchanan, any questions or concerns?
Mayor, no questions.
Gracias. Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco, questions or concerns?
No, sir.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Maria Cecilia Cruz, any questions or concerns?
I'm just very appreciative of all your proactive movement, Mayor, and, being so generous and working alongside with San Luis Rio Colorado. I know their situation is so desperate with the closure of the Hospital General. It is heartbreaking, and like you said, it's here. We've been preparing for this, and it's just we just need to continue with our making sure that we're staying a safe distance. The world can't stop. We got to continue, but we have to try to be safe as possible.
Exactly, Councilmember. Thank you so much, Vice Mayor. Councilmember Matias Rosales, any questions or concerns?
No, sir, none.
Thank you. Matadeo, do you have anything to say? Ralph, anything to say right now? Okay.
Just as a reminder, this is Tadeo. Our census rate as of now is 6.8% response rate. So I'm gonna plea again to you, as I do. I know I sound like a broken record, but to use your social media handles to keep promoting the census, because 6.8% is not a good number for San Luis right now, and it's not looking good. We keep trying, and we have invested a lot of time, money, and staff, but yeah, that's our census response rate as of 5 minutes ago.
Okay, 6.8 response rate. So that would make us maybe the population of 10,000. That's the population we were in 1980. So if people do not participate, and you have children that go to your schools, and you have children that actually get reduced lunches or free lunches at school, if that kind of turnout, if we go by 6.8, 7.8, you're not going to have a meal for your child. You're not. And when you say that, I pay taxes, no, you don't pay for that. These numbers are derived from the census. That's based on the need of a community. And the thing is, right now, as of right now, there is no need for our community if you don't participate in the census. There is no need to increase police officers, because the amount of people who live in the city of San Luis, according to the census, with a 6.8 turnout rate, it would be like 10,000 or 12,000, the population we were in 1980, or when the city became a city. So if you are listening to this broadcast, I ask you, have you done your census? It's very important. The city of San Luis needs to show its numbers, its true numbers, or else we're going to suffer the consequences of not proving how many we are. It's going to affect our police. It's going to affect our fire. It's going to affect the number of parks or facilities, the greens that we offer. It affects all aspects of our community. It also affects the number of businesses we attract. When a big business or a hotel or someone, they look at the demographics gathered through our census. If you don't think it's important, then what am I supposed to tell our residents? Or how do we get your attention? I realize we're going through a pandemic. I realize, but the fact of the matter is we're going to go through this. And when we do, we're going to need the funding for those lunches. We're going to need those fundings for the infrastructure, for those parks. We're going to have to justify the number of police officers. We have to justify the number of fire and paramedics. We have 80% of our fire are paramedics. That's more than anyone in the state. But how can we justify having so many paramedics if we're only showing 6.8 participation rate in our census? Something's very simple that can be done either by phone, by computer, we use our phones for everything. And the thing is, you can call and actually you can verify, and you can do it by paper. Okay, so that there's absolutely no reason why. And the other thing is, and if you're staying home, preventing infection from COVID, you definitely have some time to fill out that form. It took me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And I just want to show you something. Proof that I did it. So if people can, if you want to go on social media and show me the proof, show me the proof. If you really care for your city, show me the proof. We will be, Tadeo, make sure we contact Louis, make sure we talk to our IT, and I know we've invested more than $45,000 in our campaign, and the thing is, we need to start investing more. We need to start making more videos. And the thing is, people need to know. I know that everyone's preoccupied, and I understand the COVID situation. It is something that is beyond our control, and it's something that's occurring, and it's something that is lethal, can be lethal. But we will go through this. We will survive. We're going to need the infrastructure. We're going to need our children, make sure that children get those lunches that they need. And so, Tadeo, just as of tomorrow, I need you to talk to Louis and reform this committee. Bring people in. Either we have to do it, we have to invest some money, and so what else can I say? So thank you, Tadeo. Thank you for reminding us, and I'll open the floor for any comments or concerns that council might have at this point in time. Councilmember Torres, any questions or concerns?
No, sir.
Thank you. Councilmember Ponce Torres, Councilmember Jose Ponce, any comments?
Mayor, all I want to say right now is I'd like to wish a happy administrative professional day to all of our staff, and I ask to thank them for the outstanding job they've been done for our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Ponce. Yeah, gracias. Thank you for being that way, and thank you for thanking. Gracias. Thank you. Let's see here. Councilmember Mario Buchanan, any questions or concerns?
No, Mayor, no questions, no concerns.
Thank you. Councilmember Africa Luna Carrasco, any questions or concerns?
Yes, Mayor, I have a question directed, I guess, mostly to Tadeo and Councilmember Torres. How active are the schools in our district, or are they encouraging parents also to submit their census questionnaires? What role is the school playing in this?
Well, at first, when we first are doing the meetings, Rocio Godoy, one of the representatives of the school, steer assistant to the meetings, and from then they stopped the meetings. So it happened with this pandemic, and we don't get each other again. I think they're doing, I don't know, in the internet or not. I really don't know. I don't know if Tadeo's knows more about this.
I know as a board, we approved the same resolution that City Council was encouraged to approve in support of the census and outreach. I know I brought it up in our school board meetings as well, but as in particulars as to what the schools are doing, I am not aware of anything as of right now.
Okay, because when the mayor mentioned the school lunches and all that, it triggered something in my brain that schools would be very important. That'd be a key role to this piece. I don't know what the rest think, but
Given that our community is about 95% free lunch meal program, it's intricate that the census number, it's accurate because that's how it's funded. So yes, you're correct about that, Councilmember Duna.
And I agree with you. And the thing is, if anyone from a school district, or I know we have 2 board members here, but if anything from the family, everyone from the public, if you have a child in school, I know we work or we have certain situations, but at least we know our child is going to be fed a good, healthy meal, well-balanced meal. But without the participation of a census, how can we justify those numbers? How can we justify feeding those meals or our children? And so I ask for help. I ask myself from community. Please, if you know someone, or if someone cannot, or an elderly doesn't have a computer, I mean, you can do it on an iPad. You can actually help your neighbor. But social distance is important at this point in time. But there has to be a way in which the city of San Luis can show its real numbers. If not, we're going to suffer the consequences. And the thing is, if we are having a bad economy now, it's only going to get worse if our numbers are really low. I'm telling you. Right. I'm pre-warning our population. I'm pre-warning our residents. If you don't do your census, it's going to affect us all. And when you come here screaming, demanding all these services, I'm going to remind everyone, did you participate in the census? And trust me, I will. So thank you. And I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mayor, let me just
Yes.
make another quick comment.
Please.
Es como en lo del censo es lo mismo que está pasando con el coronavirus. It's the same. People doesn't care. I mean, I just see and when I see in the videos and on the iPad, the people that are not wearing, they're not taking care of them, and they're not taking care of children and then nothing. I mean, no les importa la gente. Los miro como andan en la calle. Esto mismo ahorita, el censo no les importa a la gente. Yo no entiendo por qué la gente no es bien apática. A la gente lo mismo los tiene uno que jalar para poderlos sacar a las cosas que se tienen que hacer, pero en esta situación en la que estamos ahorita está bien difícil salir a sacar a la gente. Es las que están en los muy enfocados en los Facebook y en todo eso, lo pueden hacer. Yo soy de la old fashion, como dicen. La gente, a mí me gustaba ir a las casas y tocarles la puerta, pero ahorita es imposible, y es bien apática la gente de aquí de nosotros, la verdad.
Yo me siento, gracias Gloria por el comentario, pero es la verdad. La verdad es que estamos muy orgullosos de la ciudad de San Luis, Arizona, pero cuando de verdad necesitamos el apoyo y la ayuda de la comunidad, yo espero que se vayan a responder. Pero lo que está pasando ahorita es apatía, no lo están haciendo. Entonces, o sea, les digo, cuando vengan a demandar, por ejemplo, que tengan lonches en las escuelas y que les digan no hay fondos por eso, porque los números no lo justifican, cuando no podamos justificar los números, cuando ellos dicen por qué la policía no pasa en las noches a revisar lo que está pasando ahorita en el COVID, yo quiero recordar a la gente que tuvieron una opción. Entonces, que fue el census. Decidieron no participar. Eso significa que no podemos justificar que necesitamos por lo menos 59 oficiales para la ciudad de San Luis, Arizona, y nomás tenemos 47. Entonces, o sea, ¿cómo lo hacemos más claro? Si no lo haces, si tú no vas a participar, entonces, o sea, ¿cómo puedes decir que estás orgulloso de tu pueblo? ¿Cómo puedes decir que estás muy orgulloso de tu escuela? Que están haciendo muy buen trabajo las profesoras. Le estamos quitando los fondos a las escuelas. Entonces, o sea, nomás te digo, es algo muy difícil de aceptar. 6.8 participación de San Luis.
Nada.
Es nada. Es la peor, o si no, casi a lo más bajo del estado. Pero somos los primeros para pedir o para hacer a pedir que nos venga a ayudar. Por ejemplo, tuve casi 3 horas ahora hablando, tratando de agarrar recursos para la ciudad de San Luis, Arizona. ¿Por qué? Por el COVID virus. Yo trato de agarrar mucha atención. ¿Y qué es lo que está pasando? ¿Qué es tu población? Pues con el census que va a ser, que está ahorita, que voy a decir que nomás hacemos 9,000, 10,000. ¿Cómo puedo justificar pedir dinero, por ejemplo, para Juan Sánchez? ¿Cómo puedo justificar los 8.5 millones de personas que cruzan esa garita? ¿Dónde pasa? El pueblo de San Luis, Arizona, nomás tiene 10,000 habitantes. Entonces, les pido, San Luis, Arizona, les pido la ayuda para poder terminen y hagan sus censos. Es muy importante. Es nomás una vez cada 10 años. Es todo lo que te piden. Okay, that's it. Thank you. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move, Mayor.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor. There's a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All those against? All those against? Motion carries. Buenas noches. Gracias a todos. Entonces,